Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Andrew Davis, and I host Conversations in Pop Culture. My good friend Keenan is here, who hosts many podcasts, who is great, and you should go subscribe to everything he does. And this is Talking Wrestling or WWE last week. Got a W for you, got a W, got a W, got a W. Little Angel Reese going on. But I do need to make a public announcement that this is a very sad show because something very bad happened this week. And I didn't tell Keenan what happened this week, but the Indiana Fever got eliminated from the WNBA playoffs. So I would just like to take a moment of silence here, just a moment of silence for that. I know everybody who's watching.
Let's take a moment of silence for and it's just like, oh my god! And I feel I'm such a fuck. And I even went to a WNBA game a couple of years ago, and I was just like, oh, it's fucking NBA basketball from
I can't even do it with a straight face anymore. I can't even do it with a straight face.
Like, it's basketball from the 70s. I get it. We don't slam the ball into the hoop. That's how it goes. Now I got it.
I'm so sorry. I figured you knew that I was gonna make a joke out of this.
Dude, my biggest thing, one of the first biggest things I put on my TikTok was because I guess like the best player in the WWE grinder or something, the best player there makes like a fraction of what LeBron James makes. And I just put it up and be like, well, I mean, we got to share the wealth a little bit. Dudes went fucking nuts, bro. Dudes went crazy. It's like, guys,
even crazier. You know what's actually crazier? They actually make more in proportion than the men do based on the league's valuation. I mean, but also, I mean, in defense of what you were doing, their league, the WNBA and the NBA are not the same, right? And as the WNBA grows and it produces more and more revenue, those contracts and those women will be paid better. But it's a business. And I'm sorry to say this, and this is just a reality. If your business only makes $1 million, you can't pay people more than what your business makes. So that's what it comes down to.
It's not going to grow. That's what she said. That it's not going to grow any bigger than it is. That's what she said.
I don't know, man. I disagree.
We are at the peak of women's sports. We are at the peak of all women's sports. I mean, you're excited about betting $1.15 and winning back $3 on the WNBA. Ooh, WNBA fever. Ooh, the Indiana
dude, I want to buy one of these teams, and I'm going to.
And it'll be available for you because it's going to be dirt cheap, and that's. I mean, it'll be a good amount of money for a dude. I'll be very proud of you when you have that amount of money because it'll be like, oh shit, look at that. But why are you wasting? It's like buying a boat. Who buys a boat? you just buying a bill. You got to store it.
When you call me up and you want to sit in my box, and want to fly on my private jet plane while I'm charting around, kicking every other team in the league.
There's a joke in there somewhere. You call me up when you want to sit in a box. Owner of women? What did I just catch you in, Mecca? Whatever, dude. Whatever. I'm just saying. Canceled already. Not even cool, dude.
It's all right. It's all right. You're just jealous because you're going to buy a team too, and you know my team's going to be better than your team. It's all right.
Mine are gonna. I don't know the joke here either, but mine are gonna play for the other team. You're gonna play for that team. Mine are gonna play for the other team. So I'm gonna be happy either way. I'll be happy losing. You'll be happy sitting alone.
We're gonna make so much fucking money on this shit. So why wouldn't we both be happy? Like,
I'm gonna be throwing games and betting on that shit, dude. I'm not gonna be.
I'm not gonna do that either.
I'm gonna be put in jail very, very quick.
I don't want to go to jail.
Oh, hey, speaking, I know you're not a fan of him, but have you seen Winston around? Hey, what up, Justin? How's it going? Winston's been MIA since, because I got a text from him last week, and he was like, "Challenge accepted." When you were like, "F him." Never. I'm not trying to get in that, but I have not seen or heard from him since. So I'm hoping Winston is okay because he's a necessary evil on my channel. We enjoy.
I haven't heard anything from Winston, in which Winston's not blocked from my channel. He was just kicked out of a stream. So
I don't think he's blocked. I'm just wondering if you had heard because he's literally been in.
in all reality, he was kicked out of like 1 or 2 streams because he was just being a dick. And what I mean by this, and I'll be open about it, and then we'll drop it after I state it, but he was being an excessive dick that I felt was going beyond trolling, right?
Yeah, your channel's not built for excessive dickery. My channel, unfortunately, is.
No. And also, there's certain guests that you could do it with, and there's certain guests that you can't. So if I have a very shy guest on my channel, you probably shouldn't pick the fight, and you can figure out who is kind of scared to do an interview and who's not. So, if Winston wants to go challenge and be a troll to somebody like
let's not talk about, because dude, I haven't heard from him. What if something bad happened to him? That's all I'm saying. Like, let's not talk bad about him. I don't think
anything bad happened to him. Like,
I'm saying I haven't heard from him in a week. Like, if he was on there talking shit about his brother, be like, yeah, bash him, Mecca, get him, fuck him, because he come right back with it, dude. He has no problem with that at all. Like, he is the best worst troll ever. He is like
no. That's my point, is that when somebody disappears for a week or two, there's a fair point of raising concern, right? Are you okay? Right? Yeah. But I haven't heard anything. But I also only did 1 interview this week, so it's not like that there was much opportunity on my channel.
I went 8 hours overnight the other night. So I couldn't leave the room. I went 8 hours overnight last night. Let's see what. Oh.
Everything good?
Yeah, no, everything's good, dude. But no, yeah, I went 8 hours the other night, and he wasn't in there at all. I got this new troll who he kept saying something stupid like just the same, like nothing bad, but just like the same, like stupid kind of stuff. What was it? I can't remember. It was so stupid. But people was like, man, Winston needs to train this kid how to be a troll. I was like, yeah, we need a good troll in this motherfucker tonight. We don't need he was saying like some like flatulence despite flatulence, or he was calling me fat despite our old, and like but somehow, I don't know, but saying something stupid like old. Oh no, stupid. Like, it wasn't stupid as a stupid does. It was something like to that effect. I don't know. I forget what it was. Never mind. Let's talk about the Mr. Because that's what I promised my people, is the Mr. McMahon documentary. I don't know.
I only saw the first episode, and again, you know what it is? It wasn't, in my opinion, bad. But it wasn't anything that we didn't already know. If that makes any sense, right? Like. It was interesting, and I didn't really. Again, I wanted some real shit to be revealed. Like, I wanted, like, not to quote CM Punk, and not to get too punny here, but like, I wanted a pipe bomb, right? Like, I wanted like the scoop, and it wasn't anything like that.
I think we knew. I think it could be expected not to be like that when the company Netflix is about to be the new host of Raw and shit, and and it wasn't like it was definitely like being real about some shit. Like it was a good little documentary, but again, all of it was all done in 2022. It was all done before all this shit happened. It was like supposedly like, and they did dramatize it to where like he's walking out. They basically just took a video of him walking out at the time or something, or saying some shit. But he stopped it as soon as this shit hit. But basically, you can watch the first episode and the last episode, and you're gonna. Everything else is stuff you've already seen. Every other wrestler is kind of kissing his ass. A couple of them, like, because the documentary is called Mr. McMahon, and that was the character he portrayed, and he's claiming that the documentary, basically is portraying the character Mr. McMahon, not the real person Mr. McMahon, blah, blah, blah. But a few of the wrestlers that were interviewed basically said, like, the character's the real guy. Like, maybe it's slightly exaggerated, but that's him. That is that is Mr. McMahon, like, and even in the end, like, he said something at some point, he's like, I'll tell you, I'll be honest with you, I'm thinking something sexual right now. It's like, whoa, bro, that's, yeah, that's kind of weird to say there, Vince. What the fuck are you doing, Vince? Vince.
I mean, I get it, and we should, but again, you know, it is. I don't really. Again, you know, the first episode, it wasn't bad. It just was like I would say it was better than average, but it wasn't anything new. And if you're a wrestling fan, you know, you're gonna consume it, you're gonna watch it, you have to watch it. And then with all the shit that's happened to Vince and WWE and then being bought and sold, without a doubt, it's just fascinating to watch this because at least we get some insight into the guy. But like,
yeah, you never got an insight to Mr. McMahon like this. That just like you said. I mean, it's basically a WWE documentary like you get on any other characters. But I mean, it's good. Like you said, it's good. You get some kind. You never gotten this inside of them before. So I agree with you there, man. You're right. You're right.
And it's smart. I mean, why not do it? I mean, at this point, why not do it? And this is the thing: is that Netflix owns it. They have control over it. Monday Night Raw is coming, and it's a pretty solid piece of content for Netflix, and it's just there. And guess what? Maybe it'll get some people. They'll be scrolling through Netflix, Monday Night Raw hits, it's recommended, and all of a sudden it gets somebody into this shit, right? And you know, if it's marketed correctly, we get some cool shit, and maybe it'll create some more wrestling fans. Or and if it does, maybe it'll turn some wrestling fans off. I don't know, but I think it's smart for Netflix to do it.
Real quick. I'm sorry to cut you off. How long is Raw supposed to be on Netflix? Is it still supposed to be like 3 hours long? How long is the Raw on Netflix? Do you know that?
Oh, I think they want to do 3 hours. But it doesn't really matter. They could do 3 hours, they could do 4 hours, because at this point they don't have a cutoff anymore, right? So if Raw, I mean, obviously I think they want to create. I don't know. So it's interesting. Right now, SmackDown is 3 hours, but that's what were we saying?
They won't have a censor anymore either.
That's the thing too. I mean that's fascinating. That's a good point. That they want.
I didn't even think about that until just now, because I mean I watch a show on Tuesday nights, and I think it's the first foray into their live pro. They're doing this show called David Chang Live, where he cooks every Monday night, which is one of my favorite shows. It's the first real cooking show I've seen in a long time. It's just him cooking for a couple guests. He talks about the food and then serves it. But like it's supposed to be like sometimes they're cussing and he's like, Uncle Ted doesn't want us to cuss, but then he starts cussing. So it's like you're live on TV, so you kind of lose yourself. So this could be we could see a return of, and maybe not as gross, maybe not as absurd as the Attitude Era, but it might be some, yo, fuck you, Cody Rhodes. Fuck you, Kevin Owens. But fuck you up, bro. I mean, I don't know. And that's brewing between them. I just watched a little fucking highlight of them on Smack. And again, highlights might have spoiled me. I don't know if I can go 3 hours watching all the ins and outs. Like, is there going to be a highlight show, bro? Highlights have spoiled me. I only need to see what everybody else deems acceptable for me to watch, I think.
I mean, you know what is, I think it's smart though, because you have 3 hours, right? But this is my question: is it going to be built into a library on the back end?
It has to be. I can watch this David Chang Live. I can watch that because I forget, and they need to figure out the reminder thing, because I set a reminder for every one of his live shows. But unless you're physically on Netflix right there, it doesn't remind you. I don't get anything about.
Let me ask the question though: is that just you, or is it just that you have to set that up on your phone? Because maybe the problem here is that, you know, so and this is a question, right?
But
it very well be that this isn't a Netflix issue. This is just that your phone doesn't have permission to remind you, "Hey, Keenan, show's on, motherfucker. Go."
I have it set through. I'm setting through my Prime, but like I'm setting it through my my TV or my thing. Like, but whatever it's on, like shouldn't, since my Netflix accounts are all connected and I pay for them all and they're all through one thing. Shouldn't everything get a notification? Hey, you set a timer for this. Hey, you set a reminder for this. That's a Netflix issue. That's not a me issue. I get notifications on all my stuff. Netflix should be saying like, hey, you want to watch this, remember me. Hey, you want to see this, remember me.
I get it. But like my whole thing is that
I don't like that you're putting it off on me, motherfucker. Number one. No, I'm joking. Go ahead.
Fine. I get it, man. I completely get it. I don't disagree. But again, I think the way I operate is that I know my schedule to a T. So if I want to watch Monday Night Raw, I'll watch Monday Night Raw. I'm gonna know to turn on Netflix at 8:00. You know what I mean? But that's just me. It's the same thing where my schedule is blocked out for a reason. Even how I interview, how I do things, everything's just scheduled out on a time basis. But I get it because not everybody is me.
Yeah, I was about to say, dude. I think I mean, no offense, bro. I mean, I think
I have to be that way.
I think dumbass white trash like me is a target demo mecca. Just throwing that out there, bro.
No. But my world is a little bit different because when you're managing an eBay business that's doing $80,000 to $100,000 worth of sales every year, you're working a 40+ hour week. You're going back to school for an education component. You're interviewing, and then you still want time to fuck your girlfriend. You have to schedule shit out, because if you don't, you're gonna fucking go insane and everything's gonna fall to shit. So, unfortunately, that's just the reality of my world, and I'm very honest about it. I have no problem stating that. So that's kind of where I'm at. So that's just how
I get you, man. I'm just saying that, and even if I'm watching Netflix, I get it, dude. I get it, but I mean, I feel like it would benefit Netflix and benefit the brand and benefit WWE for them to get their reminders going and like everything.
They should be sending you a text message.
Dude, if I get Amber alerts, I should get Netflix alerts. Hey, watch something. This is coming on, bro. If I gotta listen, I mean, seriously, I should. And nothing against Amber alerts, like for real. But I should get a Netflix the same way. Everything that's connected to something should be going off. Like, hey, you're missing something you set a reminder for, and that should be for every fuck. If I set a reminder on Hulu, Apple, whatever, I'll plug them all right now. Because guess what? I just want a reminder to let me know. But yeah.
I feel you. But again, going back to the Vince documentary, if I enjoyed the first episode, I'll probably watch the whole thing because I have nothing else to do while I'm doing social media. It's just that, again, I enjoyed it. I don't think it's a waste of time, right? So like, I'm trying to think of, there's stuff on Peacock and WWE documentaries that were a waste of time. But did I think it was better than Cody Rhodes' documentary? Not really. Did I think it was better than Kurt Angle's? Not really. I thought Kurt Angle's documentary was better than Cody Rhodes, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm more. I consume the older product more than the newer product.
No. I mean, the Kurt Angle documentary was fantastic. The Bray Wyatt stuff was good too.
No, I watched both of those. I'm just saying, like when I see something like, I like Cody Rhodes, but like I consume a Bray Wyatt over. I sound lame as hell. So I consume a Bray Wyatt and a Kurt Angle over Cody Rhodes. I don't even know if I've seen the Cody Rhodes documentary because I knew like there's nothing to be a documentary about yet. Like I feel like I know this so far. I want to see documentaries.
I agree. My issue with the Cody Rhodes stuff was that they couldn't really talk about the AEW shit. And they really couldn't talk about his independent shit.
Sorry.
So my problem with the Cody Rhodes documentary is that you guys left out the most important shit because you couldn't talk about it, and therefore there's nothing to fucking talk about. Like that's like me saying, you know, that's like Eminem, right? Eminem was in a coma for drug overdosing and had to learn how to re-speak, and that's why he didn't release a rap album for 3 years when he was at the height of his career. There's like, can't talk about that, right? Or when Proof got shot, you can't talk about that. Well, that's the most interesting shit to talk about, right? Like if you take away the most important thing to talk
Grab my door real quick, dude. I'm so sorry. They won't stop bothering me. Hold on one second, dude.
Oh yeah, take your time.
Nah, dude, it's messed up, man. The door should be open.
Oh, I'm tired. We're gonna test something right now, guys. So I have a Cash App. So if you would like, you could scan the code and send me $1. It'd be greatly appreciated with my Cash App because running projects like this are expensive, difficult, and I have people give me money. So scan that code, send me $1. I'll be really happy. So yeah, that's what we're doing. You know, Keenan has his stuff, I have mine, and you know, running a podcast is not free. So give me $1. You know, it's greatly appreciated. So that's the advertisement. I will remind everybody at the back end as well. And that's our new thing is give me $1 and support independent media. It goes a long way. It goes a long way. And again, this is the code right here. Go send me $1. I greatly appreciate it.
Quit stealing all the fucking good press over here, Mecca. I'm fucking with you. Swear to God, bro. Real quick, just take a moment to complain. It's like, if I leave the door unlocked, the door was unlocked. If I lock the door, hey, I can't get in through the door. Bitch. Swear to God. And then nobody was even there, so they probably pulled off. All right, so.
But yeah, so that's how I feel. But again, you know, I'm not unhappy with it. But I thought the Kurt Angle documentary, what I've seen, was better. I thought the Bray Wyatt was better. I thought the Cody Rhodes shit was better. You know, and that's just how I feel. Is that? But it wasn't bad. It was better than average. It just wasn't exceptional, right?
I don't think Cody, and I mean, Cody Rhodes, I'm not taking anything away from him. He just hasn't had enough to have a and his is more like a day in the life of it. It wasn't really a documentary. It was like
I was speaking about Vince's stuff.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, and his wasn't, and we knew. I mean, I don't know, dude. I don't know. I mean, it was. I just knew that when everybody was saying like, "What's it gonna be?" Like, it's crazy that they're putting this out. Like, and they're still gonna. It was like, well, they're not gonna. They wouldn't put it out if it all wasn't basically okay. And the first episode was like, "Hey, Vince got in trouble for this shit," and then they tell like the entire Vince McMahon story, which there's a couple of cool little nuggets. It's like you said, a wrestling fan, you'll enjoy it, but then there's nothing really until like the last episode, and it's basically just cut off. You got the only one that really speaks real about it is Bruce Pritchard at the end, and his was basically being what you think Bruce Pritchard would be on Vince's team. And I think we've all heard the story of, you know, Vince McMahon's the reason his wife is, you know, went from having 4-year expectancy to being alive another 24 years. And he says, you know, it's all because Vince McMahon made sure that my wife, who had cancer, got the best care possible. Which, okay, that's good, that's great, but that doesn't, you know, that doesn't negate shitting on a lady's chest if that's what really fucking happened. I'm just saying, I mean, just the fact alone, Vince McMahon and John Laurinaitis, that is some fucking PTSD type shit. I bet you that lady can never have sex again, bro. R.I.P. I want to pour a little liquor out for her. All right. So yeah, I mean, and like you said, I watch some documentaries, but I'm not watching a Brock Lesnar documentary or a fucking Randy Orton documentary right now. I'll watch a Bob Orton documentary at the moment. I'm more into that. That I want to see. That's what I'm there to consume. Is
I mean, I would much rather watch the Dark Side of the Ring.
Fucking A, I like the Dark Side of the Ring. Why aren't we talking more about that? We should do a fucking complete rewatch of the fucking Dark Side of the Ring, dude.
Oh my god. Fucking plane ride from hell.
The fucking they talked about in this movie, and one thing to look for, they talk about the Bret Hart and the Owen Hart. They talk about that. They get kind of into that, and they speak about that. That was a pretty good, decent part of it. But that's like maybe episode 4 or 5. I don't remember what episode that was, dude. But that was a decent insight into a different part of that. And it didn't get on.
Let me ask this. Did they talk about Eddie Guerrero in this?
They talked about Chris Benoit. They didn't
because Eddie, for those who don't know, so obviously Vicky Guerrero, Vince bought out Eddie's name from Vicky and basically bought out the name for a bunch of money that kept her and their kids alive for a while, and enough that it supported them. And it was a good move for WWE because they got Eddie Guerrero's name, but they paid for it, which is a good like for Vince and WWE. Whether it was good business or just the right thing to do, I'm not exactly sure, but at least, that would have painted Vince in a better light. So, I mean, that's why I mentioned this, right? I mean, that's a fair criticism if they didn't talk about it.
No, they didn't talk about it. I mean, and the fact that he made her a GM, made her a complete character. I mean, who the fuck would have Vicky Guerrero? I mean, they paid and kept her in business and kept her paid and her family paid. I'm sure she got a lot of money after her husband's death, and I'm not even sure that they were like together at the time. That's neither here nor there. I digress. No, I'm joking. But what I'm saying is that he's like. Everyone has their faults, and I'm not saying anything makes up for anything, but they probably did stay away from shit like that. They did talk a little bit about CTE, but there's wrestlers on there like I wrestled every day for my life, and that shit didn't happen to me. Like, because they talked about they did not bring up Eddie Guerrero at all. They didn't even bring up how Chris Benoit was. Maybe they brought it up slightly how Chris Benoit was dealing with the death of Eddie, his best friend, but it wasn't as much as it should have been brought up because that was another big part of it. Is Eddie Guerrero was part of the balance in Chris Benoit's life.
No. I mean, I guess because when we look at a documentary, we look at something, we actually have to look at it, and maybe I'm going to get a little technical here, but we have to look at what is the intent of a documentary, right? So if I just watching on Netflix about heroin in New Orleans, right? And it's about the pharmacist. Fascinating. Absolutely fascinating about, because it was about an illegal heroin, how a doctor was prescribing morphine and oxycodone and all that crazy shit. So what was the intent of the documentary and the series? Is it to understand how Vince thinks? Is it to understand Vince McMahon as the character, the person, what he's accomplished, what he hasn't accomplished? And so if you're not showing the fact that he ran a company and grew it into a $9 billion sale, employed a lot of people, made a lot of people worth millions of dollars, and gave people an opportunity both in the ring, after the ring, and onward. I mean, this is where I'm going with this is that, we have to look at the intent because I don't know if the whole story was told, to be quite honest.
No, you can tell what the intent was. Vince McMahon was for some reason, maybe like there was this deal on the horizon or something to do with Netflix. He's like, I'm going to be the most honest I've been ever. The intent of the doc was to show the mystery man that Vince McMahon wanted you to see. That's what it all was. They made it seem like it was going to be something else, and especially after the fact, because of what was happening, like they made it seem like, oh, this is going to show you the real Vince McMahon. I mean, they didn't even really. They did one episode on, all his other the steroid case, the Ring Boy case, all the Ring Boy scandal, and all that shit. I mean, and Talked about Pat Patterson maybe for a moment, about him being, you know what I'm saying? They did not really. This was basically going to be a fluff piece that I think they wanted to portray it as being enough. I mean, that's of course why WWE has no problem with it coming out. I mean, if it really painted everybody in a bad picture, they would do everything they could to keep it back. Although supposedly Vince tried to buy this documentary back from Netflix, just as Oprah Winfrey has just did with Apple or something like that.
Oprah Winfrey buying her
She just bought her documentary back from Apple because she wasn't pleased with it. She was like, "Fuck it, I got enough money. I'll buy that off your hands." And Apple's like, "Okay, here you go." Vince wanted to do it, but Netflix had enough money, supposedly. But I don't know if he really had the money to do it or could have done that anyways. And especially now that all this stuff's going together and it's not that bad. It only says like her court case. You know, it just says all the information we already know about the court case. Nothing new. Doesn't delve anything, and it's only as real as Vince McMahon wanted to get. So it's good. It's good in the fact. It's good. It's good. It's good for business. I think Paul Heyman's in it. Bruce Pritchard, Triple H, Stephanie McMahon, Shane McMahon. I mean, it's got everybody in it. So Linda McMahon. I mean, this is how they felt or what they saw about him in 2022, and they do lightly speak about, you know, Stephanie McMahon leaving the company and coming back and forth, and then leaving for again once he came back, and then not coming back since. But they did. That's just in some of the captions. Dude, I got something in my eye. I'm so sorry that I have to keep. I don't have it in my eye. It's just something that's itching my eye. Anyway. But yeah, that's basically it wasn't.
Again, I only saw the first episode. I have no complaints about it. I didn't think it was a waste of my time. I've watched plenty of shit on Netflix. I'm like, this is horrific. But like, again, you know what it is? I'll watch the remaining 5 episodes, no problem. In which that it'll eventually, you know, get done. But like my whole thing is that like I'm not gonna like rush to get it done. You know what I mean?
I only consumed it so fast because I was like, oh, we're gonna talk about this on Friday. I need to just go ahead and watch this. Like I swear to God, your mother, I for real. I'm for real. I'm like, oh, I need to consume all this because this is what makes it good. I even thought about watching the damn Asian movie that I definitely did. I was like, oh, should I watch? I was like, I just can't do it.
This is what happens, right? I'm so consumed with football right now that everything else is like to the side because every week I'm making like $30 on football. So like I don't really have a choice but to watch it, and it's wonderful. So
all I care about is the trash boys at this moment. I'd even accept people calling them the cowgirls. That's what's fucked up. Like such a bad couple weeks, dude. Such a bad couple weeks for the Cowboys.
So let's talk about the Cowboys, right? Yeah. The Ravens game was 3/4 of the Cowboys getting their asses spanked. Okay.
Yeah.
And in that fourth quarter, and that onside kick was amazing, was absolutely beautiful. And it was great, but it was, and then they scored again really quickly, but then they fucked up, right? In the Ravens game. But they started playing like a real team in that fourth quarter with like 8 minutes left.
That's what I'm saying. They fucked up way before that. All that was great. I saw all that great stuff in replays. I turned the game off because I was like, I hate those games. I hate it because I was like, they're going to come back. They're going to finally decide to play, and they're going to get right to that point, and they're not going to make it. And yeah, I
was a little nervous. I had a lot of money.
If they would have won, dude, I would have been kicking myself in the ass and like, oh, you dumbass. Like, oh, of course you fucking signed off. But just something told me you're going to be disappointed today, Keenan. Something told me like inside, like,
no, I was pissed about that Thursday night game against the Giants because let's be realistic here, okay? The Cowboys got the reason part. I mean, that play call where it was a defensive foul and they called it on the offense. That was a lucky break for the Cowboys.
It's only because y'all couldn't. Y'all could get was field goals. If y'all could have gotten a couple of touchdowns, we would have been screwed, dude.
No. The Giants were on a drive, and they called a offensive foul when it didn't occur. And that referee should be fired for that. And I had money on the Cowboys.
But that's not what hurt y'all that night. What hurt y'all was that y'all couldn't. He couldn't finish the job. Number one, y'all fuck with this dude's head. Like this guy's fucked with. He is spent. This guy, I don't even care. I don't even know about him at all. But I know that he is fucked with. And if y'all just could have scored a couple of touchdowns in that myriad of fucking field goals at some point, y'all would have, because we sucked that night. Like it was the saddest win we could ever. I was almost tempted, like, dude, what is this going on here?
It was pretty bad. It was pretty bad.
I was gonna go live that night. I could not go live because it was just like the sad. I was like, dude, I can't even like.
So Malik Neighbors looks good.
He does look good.
I like him. I think he's solid on the Giants. I don't even think Daniel Jones, who's their quarterback, played shitty. Their running back and another one of their wide receivers, Robinson, I think it is, or Robin. I don't know exactly, but Singleton or Slating or whatever it is, his name is. I mean, he wasn't good. And, Malik Neighbors is the only good player on that team. And then Daniel Jones did an okay job. But their offensive line, the Giants' offensive line, is a massive improvement.
Yeah, they didn't. I think not only is it a massive improvement, but we're still figuring out with that the coach that we lost that was our defensive coach last year and went to another team to be the head coach. That guy was amazing. We should have paid him whatever the fuck he wanted to come back one more year. I understand, but he wanted to coach. That's another thing I gotta say I really enjoy because I'm no longer listening to sports radio and like driving around and hearing all the little ins and outs of football. I'd literally going to like the first game of every season, just like, oh, eyes wide open, right? I'm much like I would have been. I'm just becoming this old fuck. I just want to see the games. And we're fucking with that idiot Ezekiel Elliott. You're gonna cut the guy. He's gonna go somewhere else for a year, and then you're gonna bring him back. Again, you're fucking with these dudes' emotions. Like, quit fucking with their emotions.
Again, I'll say very honestly, I think I don't know if you saw. I mean, I like watching football, but like the Commanders against the Bengals should have won that game. That was a failure completely, and I think the Bengals are the best team in that conference. I do. I'm sorry, not the Bengals, the Commanders. I'm sorry, I got it mixed up. The Commanders between the Eagles, the Cowboys, and the Giants. I think the Commanders are the best team right now. I genuinely think that they're going to win that division, and that
it remains to be seen. I don't know. I'm not. Again, I won't know anything about them until I play my Cowboys.
I'll be honest with you. I think the Cowboys are horrific. They didn't win that game. I mean, they didn't win that game. They fucking got lucky because the Giants were just not scoring touchdowns. Okay?
No, you're right.
And the fact that the Cowboys won that game is because the Giants were horrific. The Giants played like the Browns.
Yes.
And the Cowboys were just lucky. And then even when the Cowboys played the Browns, the Cowboys played a shitty team. And I don't know if the Cowboys played the Jaguars, but they'll destroy the Jaguars. But if the Cowboys play the Buffalo Bills, the Buffalo Bills are going to murder the Cowboys. They're going to murder them. If the Chiefs play the Cowboys, the Chiefs are going to murder the Cowboys. There's no question about it because there was legitimately the defense was horrific. Dak Prescott played like a $10 million quarterback, not a $60 million quarterback. And it's just that the defense on the Giants was rough, and they missed a few big plays that could have shifted that game.
Dak is past his prime, unfortunately. He was good, but we have to. Unfortunately, in football now, you don't. The name of the game is get it while it's cheap, and that's just how it is.
So let me ask you this: is Patrick Mahomes past his prime, or is Patrick Mahomes the exception?
I don't know. He's still good at the moment. I wouldn't lock yourself in. I mean, until they make it like baseball or basketball where you can pay whatever amount of money you want to. I mean, you can't have a salary cap in this day and age with these amount of players. Like, because then you got to pay all your money to your quarterback, and you can't play any.
I'll throw something out there. I think Patrick Mahomes is good for another 5 years, easy. Because I think he's losing a little bit of shine, and I think he's getting a little bit sloppy, but I think he's still exceptional, right? I think Josh Allen is still exceptional. But I don't disagree with you where I don't think you could have a quarterback in your organization for 15 years now.
Yeah, you can't. No.
I think it's 10, maybe 12 if you want to be nice to your quarterback. But like I like what the Jets have done with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, if you can't, with the way money is going, if you're paying one person, you can't pay everybody else. Like the Jets are paying Aaron Rodgers a good amount of money, but they're paying him less than what he would get anywhere else. Really, I mean, he's getting less than what he got when he was like an elite quarterback.
But I think Aaron Rodgers knows that he's at the end of his career. He's got a year or maybe one. He's got a year or 2 years left, and the Jets are paying him while they figure out how to build their organization after Rodgers, and he's a holdover while they figure out their shit. And guess what? They're winning games and they're figuring out their team, and they're in a rebuilding stage, and they're doing it efficiently, smartly, and they're building an organization and they're building a brand.
I agree. You're just not. You can't. And I mean, I just think the point is mute, whatever. Whenever you have all these, you can't pay like Dak Prescott $60 million. He's not worth $60 million. And I'm a Cowboys fan, damn it. I like Dak Prescott. I like Tony Romo, but guess what? He was on a decline. You can't get locked in for these. I wouldn't get locked in with Patrick Mahomes right now. I mean, not everybody's going to be a Tom Brady playing until they're fucking 90 years old. And even then, you're paying, but they surrounded Tom Brady with all these other pieces that were also on the way out. Like Randy Moss only had 2 or 3 years left, but he's going to give you everything he's got. Everybody that you put around, like, hey, we're going to win championships if you come here. That was the whole point.
But I mean, I'll throw you something out there where I think Daniels, Jaden Daniels, I think he's a better quarterback than Dak. I really do.
Anybody's better than Dak at this moment, dude. Anybody's better than. And I was a fan of him,
but I don't think Caleb Williams is better than Jaden Daniels. I don't. I think Jaden Daniels is a better quarterback than Caleb Williams, and because I just think he knows how to do it, and I think Jaden Daniels is also a hybrid quarterback, where he's very much like Lamar Jackson, where he could run it and he's a Heisman Trophy winner, and Caleb Williams is a Heisman Trophy winner, but I don't think Caleb Williams is the better player. I think I think the second round draft pick is better than the first round in this draft.
I mean, I don't, like I said, I haven't been consuming I'm not a football addict.
But we're going to find out when they play each other, and it's going to be a great game.
Well, no, all I'm saying is that, when Dak first got it and we got Ezekiel Elliott, we had two pieces right there at the peak of that you're not paying either of them that much money at this point. That's when we should have got it done. Then, unfortunately, money starts building, and Dak is good, but he's not worth $60 million. You should tell him, hey, Dak, if you can get $60 million someplace else, go ahead, go get him, my dude. Unfortunately, we can't afford to pay you $60 million. I can go spend $20 million on some half-ass guy and get the same production I'm getting from you, man. And I think a lot of our problems is that we got that coach that left was a big part of his scheming, his everything, that defensive scheme made everything, the takeaways. The shit was going so much better last year with the other guy. And again, I'm not up to par.
What would you pay Dak? What would
I pay Dak? I would have told him, dude, if you can get $60 million, go get it. We got maybe half that for you, dude. Maybe half that. But unfortunately, Dak, if you want to win Super Bowls, I mean, what do you want me to do, Jack?
No, I'll ask you this. Let's say the Cowboys won a Super Bowl last year. Would you pay him more?
No, again, you got to be heartless in this fucking situation, dude. I mean, they have no problem telling anybody else that, hey, they had no problem cutting Ezekiel Elliott. They have no problem telling, whoever, Anthony Davis. I don't know who we just get rid of. We just got rid of somebody, but he was like our go-to.
Anthony Davis is a basketball player, so we didn't just get rid of him.
But I forget, Amari Cooper. I'm sorry, Amari Cooper. Fuck, that was way off. But he was like our go-to wide receiver, and we got CD Lamb, and we started going to him more, and then it was time. It was like, well, fuck you, bro. You go wherever else you're gonna go, dude. We got this kid coming up. We're gonna take care of him. And I don't know, dude. I don't know. We'll see. And again, I'm not a fair weather fan, but I'm definitely not like, dude, I'm not gonna be hurt. Like, it's been how long since my team has even won a fucking playoff game? Jesus, man.
Look, the way I watch football, right? So I'm obviously a Giants fan, right? So like I go like every year or every other year, I go to 1 or 2 Giants games. So I enjoy it. But like if Monday night the Jets are playing the Patriots, or Thursday Night Football, the Jets and the Patriots are playing, I'm obviously looking at who's going to win, and I'm gambling on this, and it has nothing to do with allegiances. So I didn't put money on the Giants, when they were playing on Thursday Night Football, because I just had a feeling that the Cowboys were going to win. Because nothing against the Giants. And then as it became clearer and clearer, I was like, okay, cool. But I only put like $5 because it could have gone either way. But if the Cowboys are playing the Jaguars, I'm putting $100 on the Cowboys winning and smoking the Jaguars because it's evident. But if they're playing the Commanders, it can go either way. So my whole point, though, is that I have no allegiances because I just want to watch good football. And Thursday night was shitty football. Like when the Jaguars playing the Bills was a horrible game.
Mm-hmm.
It was a horrible game. It was just not fun to watch it. The Bengals playing the Commanders was an excellent game.
Dude, I hate the name Commanders almost as much as I hate John Cena's bald spot or when they cover it up.
I get
Every time
it.
they say the Commanders, I'm like, the Commanders, I fucking hate that name.
I don't like it either. But you could
have Columbus. The team named after Columbus, the Nina, the Pinta, the Santa Maria. Something like Jesus. It's not your fault. I'm not blaming you, bro. You're just calling the team what they're. I'm not blaming you. I'm blaming their stupid asses, dude. The Commanders. The Commanders.
I think it's stupid. I agree. I like the Washington football team. I like the Redskins.
The same. I like the team from Washington, and I like the same logo. They shouldn't have taken the logo away. Even Native Americans say the logo was good. Just get rid of the Redskins shit. Just call it the team from Washington. Boom. That's it. The Washington Native Americans. Why couldn't you just
Commanders? That was just fucking stupid. It's a stupid name. There's a million other names they could have done, and it would have been better. I mean, we have the Capitals, we have the Nationals, and then we could have had the Constitutions. We could have had like the Senators.
That would have been treasures.
The National Treasures. That would be great, right? That would be so great.
To find the game, you have to follow these clues.
Oh my God. Just and instead, oh my God, the end zone would have been National Treasures in the end zone. Oh my God, dude, that would have been so.
That'd be fucking hilarious. If you want to see the game today, you have to follow these clues.
I can take it a step further. You could have Nicolas Cage do like the intro. So when the Cleveland Indians renamed themselves to the Cleveland Guardians, they hired Tom Hanks to do that video. Isn't that you can have Nick Cage doing the net? Dude, this would be so good. It would have been so good. It would have been
Nick Cage in the early 90s. Nick Cage in the early 90s. That's a bald spot you can respect. Nick Cage in Raising Arizona, all spiked up, flipped to the side, like that's a man you can respect.
Let me explain how good of an idea this would have been. This would have been better than this.
Wow. That is a good idea. I like that. That's a good idea right there too. No, it's not.
Because Eric Adams knew P. Diddy was going to get into jail, and he gave him a key to the city. And since Eric Adams is the mayor of New York City, all the keys open up all the cells, so P. Diddy's free to go anytime he wants to.
Jesus, you were the. That's why you're that. You New Yorkers, you were at a Diddy party one day, weren't you, Mecca? Don't lie.
No, I'm
You're
against this.
I'm fucking with you.
Why do you think he's under indictment, Eric Adams? This is the real scandal, and I'm telling you, P. Diddy turned on his boy Eric.
Have you heard the thing that? Have you heard the rumor that? Not the rumor. It's the idea that Jay-Z sold out R. Kelly. Jay-Z sold out P. Diddy. Jay-Z selling out everybody because he wants their business and shit like that, or something like that. And
you want to hear what's even crazier?
What?
Jay-Z and Beyonce are under investigation by the SEC. So, Securities Exchange Commission. All these people are going down.
Have you ever heard that Jay-Z R. Kelly duo that came out right whenever R. Kelly got busted the first time? Jay-Z and R. Kelly are singing "Not Guilty" together on the fucking thing, and then R. Kelly got hit with that kid shit, and Jay-Z was like, "Nope, later, I'm out. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it."
Because he had an empire state of mind to get out of that situation.
This New Yorker over here, this motherfucker.
I don't even live in New York.
I like my water. When my mutter, I have it over there. I'm sorry, I'm working on my Philadelphian accent. I'm sorry, Mecca. I'm trying to get the Philadelphian. For the Philadelphian Eagles, because I'm supposed to watch it when the Cowboys play the Eagles. I'm supposed to watch it with my subscriber, Lady Leo from Philadelphia. So I want to be able to talk to him like I'm from Philly. You know, I'm drinking my mutter to the game, and we're drinking water, a cherry water.
I understand.
And I'm like, yeah, I know you do, you East Coast motherfucker. I saw it with my motor.
Listen, y'all, you better stop this.
You have no country. Don't even try it, dude.
I'll get my 10-gallon hat and I will fill it with 9 gallons just to stick it to you.
Real talk. I think I do need a cowboy hat. I don't own one. I haven't owned one since I was a child. I think I need a cowboy hat. Like, since I'm from the great state of Texas and I do all this live shit, like, I should have a 10-gallon. I would like that fat dude from Bonanza. Oh shit! I would look just except for I got the beard and nobody would know who I'm talking about, dude. Nobody would know. Nobody would know. Like, Haas. What do you mean Haas? And like the fat guy from Bonanza. Like, what? Nobody would get that. I get Fred Durst all the time. Like, I went to
Bonanza is the one where they order 500 sandwiches, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Or is that Bananas? I forget which one.
No, Bonanza is basically where they got the idea for Blazing Saddles. Bonanza is just, it was Michael Landon, the fat guy. I don't know. You guys, dude, they had all kinds. Dude, I used to stay up. Like, I remember when I had no money, dude, I was like in my 20s. I used to come on this UHF channel down here, like channel 39 or some shit like that, dude. I'd be staying home and come on like 10 a.m. I'd be all fucked up, and you see like these country guys chasing these leprechauns, but it's actually them just chasing some little people that they thought. And these people they made a whole thing like, dude, what the fuck about watching these country western guys chasing some leprechauns? What's happening, man? What am I smoking, dude? I'm fucked up, guy. But no, it's a good thing. But I tried to go to the open mic this week, man, and it's down in the basement. I got foiled by the stairs, dude. The stairs beat me like a mother. I was like, damn. Like, I went to the thing. I was like, oh, and then I messaged somebody. I was like, hey, do y'all know of like a handicap accessible open mic that I can go to, guys? It's like, oh, I didn't know you were up there. We would have helped you out. I mean, there's a back entrance. Like, yeah, I came in a little bit late. I didn't want to be that guy. So I'll figure out the next time. But I think I get to go through the fucking stairs beat me, dude. That was the worst. I had to go live and like, hey, I just want to let y'all know I'm not a bitch. I'm here. I just can't get down the stairs. So, just so you know, I didn't fake it. But What are you gonna be doing? Who's your interview with tomorrow, man?
It's with a cosplayer. So it's kind of it'll be fun, man. It'll be fun. She has a few cosplays. She's got some stuff from video games. Uh she's a small cosplayer. She's got like 1,600, maybe 1,700 followers, which isn't bad. And it'll be fun, and it'll be nice because the last cosplayer that I reached out to wanted to be paid like $100.
They
And
send me that thing, but their time is worth $100, man. You know this, Mecca. They are very important people.
again, it created a very interesting debate on Facebook because a lot of people are like, "Fuck no," and a lot of people are like, "You should pay her." And there was a lot of divide in a podcast group, which was really interesting. But the difference is that it's easy to make decisions when it's not your money.
X
So
and Facebook, the place where all old white men mingle. You notice how they never say like black Facebook? Because there's no black people on Facebook. It's just old white dudes like me and this guy over here.
wasn't even so the men in this that I calculated, like a good, like, this is gonna sound so sexy when I say it, but a lot of men were like, you just say no thank you, just say, hey, I don't do that, you just pass. But a lot of women were like, oh, it's a female cosplayer, she should be paid. And I'm like, okay, why do you think that?
Women
Because
helping women. See what I'm saying? They're always against us, Mecca. Oh my god, let's complain about these fucking women for hours.
No. Because what I was trying to get at is I was trying to like be like, yo, look, I hear you on this, but what about the idea of what is fair value, right? And they didn't want to be like, yo, look, the show is can't support $100 position. And people were like, but a good friend of mine said, here's how you handle it. You say, look, I'll pay you what you bring into the show. If you bring me 100,000 people, I'll pay you $1,000. But if you pay me for so moving forward, the way I'm gonna handle it is that if somebody wants to be paid, I will say I pay on merit and I pay on results. I don't pay on speculation.
Right. Like I mean, especially if they're gonna get you 100,000 views for being on your stream and shit. Damn, this is some fucking erotic type comment. Oh, if they're gonna bring 100,000 on your stream there, Mecca. Ooh,
No. But that's the answer, right? Because what it does is that because the person like for those who don't know, and I'll get to the heart of it. They're like, it's $100 for my time and for me to promote it. I'm like, but wouldn't you want to promote an interview you did anyway? Like the part that bothered me was not the money, but the part that bothered me is that you want to be paid to promote it on your social media. Shouldn't you want to promote an interview you do anyway, regardless? Like
I can get fellatio for $100, Mecca. So I don't know. I do like for real.
you get how it could rub somebody the wrong way, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to get for $100. I need to get rubbed the right way, Mecca. Like Jesus Christ. Like I'm in complete agreement with you, dude. Like,
I'll just say it for $100. You better come on topless.
No, I need for $100, dude. You could literally get fellatio for $100. I don't need like for $100. I need to get something for something like Jesus.
Dude, I could get that for $10.
I could go topless, dude, for $100, bro. Dude, you give me $100, I'll show you my titties, Mecca. Let's do this, bro. Right now, right? Cash at me, motherfucker. I'll go topless every fucking Friday night for $100.
I'm good. I'll pay you $10 to keep your shirt on. Just be quiet.
$100. Let's do this because it's what? It's that thug life, motherfucker. No, I'm just joking. All right.
No. But again, she's a cosplayer. It'll be fun. You know, I'm excited. And again, you know,
check out the stream. Hey, dude. And I think I saw it. So if y'all follow him or whatever, his stream's already up there. So it'll let you know when he's ready to come on.
No. It's somebody who wants to be on, and that's kind of where I'm at. Is that when somebody wants to be on my show, and that's what I'm looking for with guests right now. I want people who want to be on my show, right? And I want somebody who says, I want to be here because it is not a right, it is a privilege to be interviewed. It is and that's what it comes down to. And when people kind of want to make things complicated and they don't view that as a privilege and as an invitation, usually it just doesn't end well. It just doesn't end well. And it's unfortunate where I've had bad experiences with paying for guests. And so I don't.
This is the last show ever. No, I'm just fucking with you, Mecca. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry.
No.
I was thinking that the entire time. I was like, I'm calling this the last show now. Fuck, Mecca. I'm done with this shit. I digress. No, I'm messing with you.
I'm fine. Just playing video games on my Friday night instead. It's all right.
Dude, I completely dude, I just did an interview with my third, the one I had to miss it because it was my third interview with this guy, and he's got like 3 or 4 movies. He's got some decent followers. He's a good guest. I love chopping up with this guy, but I wouldn't have $100 to get. But no matter who he brings in, no matter who he sees, I can't afford.
Somebody gave me a really good piece of advice. They said anybody who's serious is not going to charge, right? I had the Bushwhackers on. I've had Nixon Noel, who's Tegan Knox in WWE on my show. I've had Chris Daniels and Kazarian on my show. I've had top voice actors, and none of those people ever asked me for $100. They said, dude, I'm not available for a month. I'm like, dude, I could wait a year for you if you wanted to, right? So
stuck in the friend zone, Mecca.
No. My point is that anybody who's serious is not going to charge you money because they want the publicity and they're a professional. And usually when somebody's asking for money, they need capital and they're desperate. Now, that doesn't mean not all the time. It also depends on how much money they're asking for. If somebody asks me for $5 to be on my show, it's $5. What are you really asking for, right? But when somebody's asking for $100 or $200 or $300 for a guest appearance, it's they need money. Like Hot Talk or whatever her name is asks for $30,000, which really tells me that she needs money or that she's getting so many requests that she has to turn it down. But you think Bill Maher paid her $30,000 to be on his podcast? Not really.
Probably
not at all.
Probably
so
not.
It's bullshit, and she should be called out for it. That you're really asking for a lot of money so that you are systematically eliminating stupid requests to be interviewed. And so she found out a way how to do that and eliminate stupid requests. So, I mean, that's what it is. I have no problem stating it, but I digress.
I love your catchphrase, bro. I know you think I give you shit, but you need a fucking shirt that says I digress on. I'm not even playing, bro. Not even playing. That's a great catchphrase, dude. That should be like your number. That should be like, fuck this. I'm scandalous like an ad. You should be like, I digress, and start your fucking interview. And I'm dropping pearls here, so I'm giving that to you, Mecca. I'm letting you have. I digress. You can take that.
Maybe it'll be season 7.
There you go.
Because I have 2 things. I have three options for season 7. And I haven't decided what options I want to use yet.
I'm telling you, man, you need a catchy slogan. I digress. Boom.
I'm scandalous like an Ashley.
Scandalous like an Ashley. Scandalous like an Ashley. That's a shit ton of syllables. I digress. Boom. Boom. I'm just telling you, bro. I'm telling you. Is that the right syllable? I digress. Grass. Yeah, that's it. It's like Degrassi or something. I'm just saying, dude. I digress. I digress like I digress on an Ashley. I don't know, dude. I don't know. But I'm just saying that'd be a brilliant little shirt for you, dude. Perfect. Then, like on the back, you can have scandalous, but like you don't need just one shirt. You can have a couple shirts, man. Anyway. So what are we advertising for you? We know that you got a fucking interview tomorrow, but we can find you on like Star Trap Comics or something like that, right?
Okay. So obviously I got an interview tomorrow around 1/2 p.m. I'm not exactly sure because she's in Texas, so it could be 1 or 2 p.m. But It's in the afternoon, so check out around 1 or 2 o'clock.
Does she know your misuse that they use y'all today? Does she know about that? Because you said y'all and you're interviewing for somebody from Texas. Do they know that you talk shit about Texas? Oh my god, I might have to show up on your shit. Just saying, I might have to just type in.
I put money on the Cowboys on Thursday nights, so I get a pass.
Y'all, I can't talk like this. Poor lady doesn't know what she's getting into tomorrow. I'm like, hey, I just wanted you to have another Texan in the chat where you feel good about yourself. I don't want you to be Texan out there.
My interview's at 2 o'clock tomorrow, and that's on my YouTube channel, Pop Anime Comics. Please subscribe; it's always appreciated. And if you subscribe and you go there, and you miss it, it'll be on replay. And while you wait, if you want to check out tomorrow morning, I have 1,600 videos up there. A lot of interview content. A lot of content is coming in about 3-4 weeks on, YouTube, because I'm releasing a lot of my early content on another channel that I did. So that's going to be there, along with some other stuff that's coming in November. So a lot of content is coming out in the next few weeks. So there's always something to watch on my YouTube channel. Also, you can follow me on Instagram at Pop Anime Comics. Facebook is Pop Anime Comics. Twitter/X is Pop Anime Comics. I do run an eBay store, and it is greatly appreciated. So look for comics and collectibles. Come shop with us on Pop Anime Comics Collectibles. And I do carry a lot of expensive football cards, baseball cards, and wrestling stuff. So if you're looking for all that stuff, I got that covered. And I carry cards like this in my store. I have stuff like this in my store. I have stuff like this in my store as well. And then I do carry really cool cards like this, which are base relics in my store. And this is a base from a baseball used game. So cool stuff like that. And then also, because I'm taking a book out of Keenan's page, give me $1, guys. Cash at me. Give me $1. Scan the code. Send me $1. I appreciate it. Hold $1. Just hold $1.
Stealing my shit. Whatever. No, I'm joking. Good on you, mate.
Again. For those who don't know, and I'll just state it for both me and Keenan, and I'm sure Keenan will hold up his shit in a second as well. StreamYard has increased a lot, and independent media, it's greatly appreciated when you want to support independent media. This is one way how to do it. Obviously, subscribing, liking all of our content, sharing it out is also another way how to do it as well. Giving a thumbs up helps too. But if you can, it's always appreciated when you send $1. And I get it. It's not required. I get that times are tough, but it's always appreciated. And one of the ways to do it is Cash App. Another way is PayPal, Venmo, buying from my eBay store. And obviously, if you send $1, I get most of that. And it definitely helps.
Shit, right? No shit.
Lower my costs. And look, as if you're a fan of Keenan, and I'll say this too, and you like what Keenan's doing, you can support him as well the same way, because it does go a long way. And if a bunch of people donate $1, all of a sudden it really helps to keep independent media alive, especially in times where, it's just getting more and more expensive. So I can't issue that enough, and I'm just going to be quiet, and hopefully this didn't come out as preaching, but it's just an honest position, because if you don't support what we do here, we can't do it. And there's definitely, without a doubt, need economic support. And that's just the honest truth. And it's not a fun conversation, but I'm going to let Keenan promote his stuff.
Well, and see, just like you said, everything costs money, and Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, that's all the way you can support the show, and that's a way that you can support your channel or your favorite creator without. But the problem I found with all those things is people don't want the other people to know, because when you send somebody else, your Cash App, unless you've thought about and written it out protected, that shit goes. They can find out a lot of info about you. People don't want to share that shit. People don't want to be there. But guess what? You got to jump through all these hurdles before you can become a creator that gets paid on YouTube. There you are. But guess what? We are all begging motherfuckers. So guess what? Me and Mecca are just being honest about it. I got shirts. Boom. Keenan, Bigfoot. Boom. I got a book, the TAO of BOB. Boom. I got a cup. Boom. I got a bottle opener. You can pop the top. You can screw it off, whatever. And look, it says, let me hold $1 on the bottle opener, bitch, with my QR code on it. But I also have a standstill. We do the call-in show, Venmo, Cash App. It's all there. There's links in the description, all that shit. And what else? Don't be a hero with Xero with a Z. Be a hero with an X. XTRO toothpicks. If you buy, click the link below. You can get some toothpicks just like me. And I'm affiliated with them. But again, I only get a portion of all that. So, you know, like he said, when you spend $1 through Cash App or anything else, the creator gets most of that dollar. And if you can get all that dollar if you have a Cash App like debit card with them. You don't even have to transfer it anywhere. It's all just there. You just spend it places. So I mean, I'm gonna start an Amazon wish list pretty soon. I just got to figure out the time and get it all fucking done. Y'all can buy me a blender, I guess. I don't know.
Well, I don't think I have anything else to promote. Do you have anything else to promote?
Just these nuts. No, I'm joking. That was a joke. And on that note, these nuts. I'm sorry. I'm literally stupid, man. And I do have something to promote. After I get off of here with you, I'm gonna go vertically live, I think, because I'm not tired. I might just give me some more coffee and come back on live and go vertical with this shit.
Well, I'm going to sleep, everybody, because I am exhausted. And I'm gonna go watch some anime. And I'm gonna go to sleep. And I'm gonna hope that everything gets better in the world tomorrow.
You smell that? Wait, you smell that? Pussy. That's Mecca. Pussy. No, I took that from the House Party. You've never seen the House Party movies? I took that from the movie House Party, the first one. You know what I smell around here? Pussy. And he sells it. He has an East Coast accent and they're in like West Coast LA, and he has this East Coast accent saying, "You know what I smell around here? Pussy." Sorry. I digress. That's exactly what he's thinking. I should have gotten off this fucking stream 20 minutes ago, dude.
And everybody, I believe that is how we're going to end this show. Everybody have a good weekend. Stay safe. Enjoy your weekend. And Monday will come soon enough. And it'll be a 5-day bitch of a week. But then the weekend will come again. So everybody have a good one. And I'll see you next Friday, everybody.